It's pretty commonplace now. But what's something that I would have written back in 2005 to put on your bow of your boat that'll help you in your fishing? Commonplace today. Good morning, guys and girls. November 27, we're going to look at Proverbs. I'm going to tell you, I wish they teach Proverbs in school. They ought to have a class called Proverbs. Right in there with reading, writing, and arithmetic. That's right. As a redneck would say, arithmetic. Yeah. Ciphering is what I say. Proverbs 10:12. Hatred stirs up trouble, but love forgives all things. Love forgives all things. Isn't that something? Love forgives all things. I'm going to turn around here so you can see the deer. Oh, they're out there wandering around this morning. Aren't they pretty? I just love them to death. My wife, Chris, is a great fishing partner and a great partner in life. And whatever challenges have come against us throughout the years, we face them together. And can I tell you, we faced some crises that have just been unbelievable. We've been stolen from, lied to, been absolutely 100% dead broke 3 or 4 different times in our lifetime. And I'm talking about dead broke to the point of owing $200,000 or $300,000 that we didn't have. That's really broke right there. Talk about not being able to rub 2 dimes together. that would have been wealthy right there. Not everyone is so blessed with a great partner. Having a partner who constantly focuses on faults can produce discord and turmoil. And you know, that happens a lot in marriages today. We see a lot of marriages, and you can see them from the outside. If maybe you have a friend, or maybe you're one of those persons that focuses on the faults of your partner rather than the greatness of your partner. Focusing on faults can produce discord, turmoil, to the point of killing the relationship. So, it's vital to overlook someone's shortcomings and focus on the good. True love is indeed blind. That's right. True love is indeed blind. You don't see those shortcomings. You don't see those mistakes. Well, you can all probably remember, particularly you guys, you girls might not be able to identify with what I'm going to say right here, but y'all can all remember, probably most of us can anyway, that we had a girlfriend that we thought was just so special and so great, but everybody else thought she was absolutely horrible. Your parents thought she was horrible. All your buddies said, "What do you see in that girl?" But because you loved her, and you thought you loved her anyway as a teenager, you just overlooked all the bad stuff. You overlooked everything that she did that was bad. Everybody else could see it. And finally, you know, that bad stuff usually ends in a relationship no matter what. But because you really, really, really cared for her, you overlooked it. True love is indeed blind. You have to focus on the good in everything, including the person that you're married to. God made love so strong, He made it so powerful, that it absolutely has the power to forgive the most grievous of wrongs that we do to one another. The most grievous of wrongs, God made love so powerful that we can forgive. This is a direct gift from God, and it is exactly how God loves you and me. His love is so great, so binding, so eternal, that no matter how bad we are, He forgives. He forgives our past sins, our current sins, and our future sins. And He's provided Jesus to make our marriage to Him complete. He's the partner that without a doubt we can always count on. That's a great devotional right there. It should get every man and woman thinking about their marriage. It should get every man and woman a little bit more committed to the marriage. God created marriage. God created love. God created the ability inside of you to forgive for the most grievous of wrongs. Here's our tip for today. This is an old-fashioned tip, I know, but you got to remember, I wrote this back in 2005. I've got about 240 or so devotionals written for our new book, which will be out sometime about this next year. Hopefully in October of next year is kind of what we're shooting for. But I've got about 240 of them written. But so this one's written 2005. Some of the things we're writing about right now, it's going to be interesting to see 20 years from now how they fit in the society 20 years from now. I bet they fit pretty good. You know why? Because it's God's living Word. Here's our tip that's kind of old-fashioned. A GPS unit. That's right. A GPS. Some people call that God's positioning system. A GPS unit on the bow of your boat will give you an extra advantage when you're fishing. One of the reasons, of course, is you don't get lost. The other reason is when you find a good spot, you can mark it down. You can always get right back to it, whether it's on a point, back at a cove, on the bank, it doesn't matter. I remember one time in the early years where Chris and I had found some fish on Kentucky Lake, a huge lake, a couple 100 miles long. And it's wide also. It's two big rivers there. And I was running down through there in the tournament, and we had marked one little cove completely on the other side, a couple of miles across the river, completely on the other side. And I was running down one side there, and I needed about one more fish to have a really good limit. And I just happened to look down on my GPS as we was going by, and I saw that mark in that little bitty cove on the other side. It was directly across the river. I turned my boat, went over to that river, ran back to the end of that pocket, and there was some grass back there that we had found in practice. Started throwing my spinnerbait, caught my limit fish, culled 2 or 3, ended up getting a nice check, all because of that newfangled item, a GPS. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one today, and remember, I love you.